If you feel exhausted all day, with a kind of fatigue that doesn't go away even after a full night's sleep, and you're also noticing things like swelling or unusual changes when you urinate, you might be overlooking early warning signs from your kidneys. And today I'm going to show you how to recognize them in time and what you can do to protect your health before things get worse. I'm Dr. Gabriel Mena, and throughout my experience I've seen many people come in when the damage is already advanced, without realizing their body had been warning them all along. Kidney disease often progresses silently with no obvious symptoms at first, and one of the earliest signs is that persistent fatigue that so many people end up normalizing. It's often blamed on age, stress, or a bad night's sleep, but the truth is there may be something deeper going on. Your kidneys perform vital functions every single day without rest. They act like a highly efficient filtration system, constantly working to clean your blood, remove toxins, regulate blood pressure, balance fluids, produce hormones, and even help keep your bones strong. When they begin to fail, your entire body feels the impact. And what's most concerning is that this decline can happen gradually, quietly, until the damage becomes significant. However, your body does give you clues. Subtle signals that, if you learn to recognize them, can make a huge difference in your quality of life. In this video, we're going to break down those signals. We'll go through this and 6 other key warning signs that can help you take action early and avoid serious complications. Stay with me until the end, because one of these signs is very common, yet most people don't connect it to their kidneys, and understanding it could completely change how you take care of your health. And if you find this kind of information helpful, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications, because here I share practical, easy-to-follow advice that can help you live better and with more peace of mind. Let's start with the most common, and for that very reason, the most overlooked sign: deep fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. I'm not talking about normal tiredness after a busy day, but a constant, heavy exhaustion you feel from the moment you wake up, even after sleeping for hours. It's that lack of energy that makes even simple activities feel like a challenge. Walking, climbing stairs, or even focusing. Many people tell me during consultations, "Doctor, it feels like my body just isn't responding." This kind of fatigue is very common in people with chronic kidney disease, and it's not just in your head. There are clear biological reasons directly tied to how your kidneys function. The first cause is the buildup of toxins in your blood. Your kidneys are responsible for removing waste from your body, but when they're not working properly, those substances begin to accumulate. It's like a city where the garbage system stops working, waste piles up and affects everything. In the body, this condition is known as uremia. These toxins drain your energy, weaken your muscles, and even affect your mind. Many people experience what they describe as brain fog, difficulty concentrating, frequent forgetfulness, and a sense of mental disconnection. I remember a patient, Carlos, 66 years old, who had always been active. He started noticing that everyday tasks became harder. He woke up tired, struggled to follow conversations, and thought it was just part of getting older. But when we evaluated him, we found early signs of kidney dysfunction. It wasn't age, it was his body asking for help. The second major cause of this fatigue is anemia. And here's something many people don't know. Your kidneys also play a role in producing red blood cells. They release a hormone that stimulates their production, and these cells are responsible for carrying oxygen throughout your body. When your kidneys are not functioning properly, this process slows down. As a result, you have fewer red blood cells and less oxygen reaching your muscles and brain. That leads to a constant feeling of weakness, as if your energy is drained even when you're at rest. When you combine toxin buildup with reduced oxygen, the result is persistent fatigue that doesn't improve with sleep. That's why it's so important not to ignore this symptom. If you feel tired without a clear reason and it's affecting your daily life, listen to it. Your body could be warning you about something more serious. Now let's move on to a sign you can actually see, a very important visual clue: foam in your urine. Many people notice it but dismiss it, thinking it's normal or temporary. And yes, occasional bubbles can happen and disappear quickly. But here we're talking about something different: persistent, thick foam that stays for several minutes. If this happens frequently, it could be a sign that your kidneys are not working properly. Inside each kidney are millions of tiny filters responsible for cleaning your blood. These filters are designed to remove waste while keeping important substances, like proteins, where they belong. Under normal conditions, these proteins should not pass into your urine. But when the filters are damaged, they lose their ability to retain them, and proteins start leaking into the urine. This is known as proteinuria. When protein is present in urine, it changes its composition and causes foam to form. It's often one of the earliest visible signs, even before other symptoms appear. Some time ago, I treated a patient named Elena, 63 years old, who noticed foam in her urine for several weeks. She didn't think much of it at first, but eventually decided to get it checked. Thanks to that observation, we were able to detect an early kidney issue and adjust her treatment before it progressed. So starting today, I recommend something very simple but powerful. Pay attention. Before you flush, take a moment to observe. Do the bubbles disappear quickly, or does the foam linger? That small detail can reveal a lot about your health. The third sign is something you can clearly feel: swelling, also known as edema. You might notice your shoes feel tighter at the end of the day, or that your socks leave marks on your skin. Or you may wake up with a puffy face, especially around your eyes. This happens when your body retains fluid. Your kidneys are responsible for regulating the balance of salt and water in your body. When they don't work properly, that balance is disrupted. Salt, or sodium, attracts water. So when your body retains sodium, it also holds onto fluid. As a result, excess fluid builds up in your tissues, especially in your legs, ankles, and face. During the day, gravity causes swelling to be more noticeable in your feet. At night, when you lie down, the fluid redistributes, which is why many people wake up with facial swelling. This is another sign you should not ignore. It's your body's way of telling you something isn't working as it should. And remember, each of these signs, even if they seem small, can be an opportunity to act early and protect your health. As I mentioned earlier, when your kidneys begin to fail, you not only retain salt and fluids, but you also lose an important protein called albumin. This protein acts like a sponge inside your blood vessels, helping keep fluid where it belongs. When it's lost through urine, that balance is disrupted, and fluid leaks more easily into surrounding tissues, making swelling even more noticeable. It becomes a double problem. You retain fluid while also losing the ability to keep it properly distributed. I remember Luis, a 62-year-old man who spent long hours driving. He began noticing swelling in his ankles at the end of the day. He thought it was due to sitting for too long, until one day he pressed his leg and saw that the indentation stayed for several seconds. That moment concerned him enough to seek help. When I evaluated him, we found that his kidney function was already compromised. It wasn't his job, it was his kidneys asking for attention. Ignoring swelling can be a serious mistake. What starts in your feet can progress into something much more dangerous, like fluid buildup in the lungs, which can make breathing difficult and become a medical emergency. So pay attention. If your rings feel tight, your socks leave marks, or swelling doesn't go away, don't brush it off. Try a simple test: press your skin with your finger. If it leaves a dent, it's time to take it seriously. Now let's move on to another very important sign, one that many people normalize without realizing it could be related to their kidneys: waking up multiple times at night to urinate. Let me ask you something directly. How many times do you get up at night to go to the bathroom? Once may be normal, but if it happens 2, 3, or more times consistently, your body could be trying to tell you something. This condition is called nocturia. It's very common, especially after age 50, to blame it on the prostate or aging. And while those can play a role, assuming they're the only cause can make you overlook a kidney issue. Your kidneys have a very interesting function at night. Under normal conditions, they produce less urine, but more concentrated, allowing you to sleep for several hours uninterrupted. But when they're damaged, they lose this ability. It's as if the night mode stops working. They continue producing large amounts of diluted urine, filling your bladder over and over again, forcing you to wake up repeatedly. I had a patient, Marta, 68 years old, who woke up 4 times every night. She was exhausted during the day and thought it was just part of aging. But when we looked deeper, we saw that this symptom was linked to her ongoing fatigue. After testing, we confirmed early kidney disease. It wasn't just poor sleep, it was her kidneys affecting her rest. In addition to nighttime urination, watch for other changes: going more often during the day, sudden urgency, very pale urine even without drinking much water, or consistently dark urine. In more advanced stages, urine output may even decrease significantly, which is a serious warning sign. A practical tip: for a few days, keep track of how many times you go to the bathroom, both day and night. This information can be extremely helpful for understanding what's happening in your body. Good sleep is not a luxury, it's essential. If your rest is constantly interrupted, your body is sending you a clear message. Now we reach one of the most delicate and dangerous signs, because it affects something fundamental: your appetite. I'm talking about loss of appetite, often accompanied by a strange taste in your mouth and nausea, especially in the morning. This is particularly concerning in older adults, because when you stop eating, your body weakens, loses strength, and any illness can progress more quickly. Why does this happen? Again, due to toxin buildup in the blood. When these substances increase, they begin to alter your sense of taste. Many people describe a constant metallic taste, as if everything tastes off. Foods you once enjoyed no longer appeal to you. At the same time, these toxins irritate your digestive system and trigger nausea. These symptoms are often worse in the morning, after hours of toxin accumulation overnight. I remember a patient, Andres, 70 years old, who always loved food. Suddenly, he began rejecting his favorite meals. He told me everything tasted strange, even coffee made him feel sick. He started losing weight quickly. His family thought it was emotional, but when we investigated further, we found the root cause was his kidneys. So if you notice a loss of appetite without a clear reason, if food doesn't taste the same, or if you feel frequent nausea, don't ignore it. It's a warning sign that deserves attention. Now let's talk about another symptom that can be incredibly distressing: intense itching that doesn't go away. This isn't just dry skin. It's a deep, persistent sensation that feels like it's coming from inside your body. This condition, often linked to kidney problems, can become overwhelming. Scratching doesn't help and may even make things worse, causing irritation or skin damage. Many people describe it as if something is crawling under their skin. It often becomes worse at night, disrupting sleep and severely affecting quality of life. It's yet another way your body signals that something isn't right. And the most important thing to understand is that these signs are connected. They don't usually appear in isolation. When you start noticing several of them together, it's time to act. Your body is speaking to you, and listening in time can make all the difference. If you've experienced constant itching, pain in your sides, or unusual changes in your urine, I want you to understand something clearly. Your body does have a way of warning you when your kidneys are in trouble, and if you recognize these signs early, you can take action before the damage becomes serious. I'm speaking from experience. Over the years, I've seen how many people ignore these symptoms, thinking they're normal, when in reality they're clear warning signs. That intense itching, for example, isn't always a skin issue. In many cases, it originates in the kidneys. When these organs begin to fail, they can't properly eliminate substances like phosphorus. This builds up in the blood, disrupts calcium balance, and forms deposits in the skin that cause deep, persistent itching. On top of that, toxins irritate nerve endings, making the sensation constant, even without visible cause. I remember Luisa, a 66-year-old patient who came in exhausted and frustrated after trying countless creams without relief. Her problem wasn't her skin, it was her kidneys. Once we identified the issue and managed her levels, her condition improved significantly. That day, she learned something I want you to remember: not everything you feel on your skin starts in your skin. If you're going through something similar, if the itching keeps you awake, doesn't improve, and comes with fatigue or swelling, it's time to look deeper. Don't ignore it. Now, let's talk about another commonly misunderstood sign: pain. Chronic kidney disease itself usually progresses without pain, but when a certain type of pain appears, you need to pay close attention. I'm not talking about typical lower back pain. I mean a deep, constant discomfort in your sides, just below your ribs. That kind of pain can indicate infections, kidney stones, or serious inflammation. And here's something critical: if that pain is combined with a change in urine color, it becomes an urgent warning sign. Pink, red, brown, or dark tea-colored urine may indicate blood or serious issues in your kidney filters. I had a patient, David, 63 years old, who thought his pain was muscular. But when he noticed his urine had changed color, he decided to seek help. That small detail made all the difference. We detected a serious kidney inflammation in time and prevented long-term damage. Sometimes, a small change carries the biggest message. So here's what I want you to take with you. Learn to observe your body. Don't normalize what isn't normal. Don't ignore repeated signals. Today, we've uncovered warning signs that often go unnoticed. Unexplained fatigue, foamy urine, swelling in the legs, frequent nighttime urination, loss of appetite with a strange taste, persistent itching, and side pain with changes in urine. None of this is random. Your body is communicating with you. And now you have something powerful, awareness. And with awareness comes the ability to act early. The next time you visit your doctor, don't just say, "I feel tired." Go a step further. Express your concern about your kidney health. Ask for specific tests, a blood test to check creatinine and estimate your glomerular filtration rate, and a urine test to detect protein levels. These are simple tests, but they can make a life-changing difference. Before we finish, I want to ask you something important. If this message has helped you see things more clearly, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone you care about. A simple action like this could help someone detect a problem early. I also want to invite you, from the heart, to take a moment and thank God for your life, for your body, and for the opportunity to learn how to take better care of yourself every day. Gratitude is also part of healing. Here on Dr. Gabriel Mena's channel, we are truly honored to support you on your journey toward better health, stronger habits, and more informed decisions. Every day, we work to bring you practical, relatable, and valuable content you can apply in your life. Tomorrow, we'll have a new video prepared especially for you. I'd love for you to join us again, because your health truly matters to us.